What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh. Somebody just drove by and it kind of sketched me out. It's overlanding now, and we're gonna go ahead and the inaugural send-off of Subaru Outback Wilderness. We're on Old Dale Road in Joshua Tree National Park. So it's supposed to be moderately difficult, but not overly difficult. Are there any apprehensions or fears?
No, you said should be good.
I've said a lot of things.
Yeah.
So we're gonna air down the tires. I'm gonna go probably 27 in the rear, 22 in the front, see how that goes. Maybe put some more air in them, take some air out. I'm not really sure what to expect. I know the road is rocky and rough and deep sand, so you're gonna have to keep your foot on the gas.
Not a problem.
All right. Old Dale Road is located on the eastern portion of Joshua Tree National Park and is just over 26 miles long. If you intend to take the trail as we did, you will be heading north and heading uphill pretty much the entire time. After about the 16th mile, you leave Joshua Tree National Park and enter into BLM land that takes you back to the highway. This trail is rated a 4 out of 10 in terms of difficulty on Trails Off-Road, and I would say that's pretty spot on. Alright, so I'm going to have you come, you're going to go like in driver's side, come here, and then you're going to come up this way. Okay? So go ahead, a little driver.
little bit more. Right there, straighten them up. Little passenger, there you go. A little more passenger. Back it up and bump it. Okay, good.
After a quick run through the deep sand, we started to make our way up and immediately ran into plenty of rocks and washed out sections. Generally, when we are on overland trips, Courtney does a majority of the driving and I do most of the filming. And there's multiple reasons for that. But every once in a while, she hits a breaking point that I can either talk her down from or I can't. It just depends on the situation and which way the wind is blowing. This day, the wind must have been blowing in the right direction.
Is the car not made for this?
The car is not made for this. It is not made for this. We're on the middle of a cliff and all we're doing is sliding. It's not made for this.
I think we're
Where's
fine.
The Jeep?
The Jeep's at home, so we have to get up this and this.
No, we can turn around.
We're not turning around.
We need to go. We need to go take a look.
Can I just give it a shot?
No, we need to see what is ahead of us.
It's gonna be a lot of this.
I know, but we need room for slide because this is just, it's sliding.
You weren't sliding when you thought you were sliding.
Selling it.
No.
Say hi. Did that got you in some stuff?
Okay, so as my wife said, I think she was overreacting a little bit, but it is really rocky. This is like, in the Jeep it wouldn't matter. I know I've referenced that a lot, and it doesn't matter because we're not in the Jeep. We're in Subaru Outback Wilderness. So we're gonna really see what this Outback Wilderness has, because it doesn't look bad on camera, but the rocks make, the X mode's not getting traction. It's really just kind of puttering out. So we're gonna see, this whole stretch behind me is pretty rocky, and it's off camber. It's a lot of things. A lot of things that would be a lot of fun in the Jeep. This takes a lot more effort, which I don't necessarily mind, but we're gonna see before we sell it and get all crazy. All right, so we're gonna try to get up this. If not, there's a turnaround up there. We can turn around, come back down, everything will be fine. But I'm not willing to be defeated that quickly.
Get to him. Okay. You're gonna come up.
These next couple of minutes, the camera gets a little bit out of focus while Courtney is filming. In case you were wondering, this is one of the reasons she does most of the driving. When her anxiety peaks on a random trail in the middle of nowhere, the camera becomes less important.
Okay, you're gonna go right up over it. Your back tire. Okay.
All right, well, after some cheese, please, some crackers, and a reassessment of the situation, We're fine, right?
We're fine.
We're fine. How's the Subaru's fine, right?
It's fine.
It's fine. You just gotta stay in the gas. It's not like the Jeep.
It's not great.
No, I mean you gotta give it something.
Yeah.
You were scared to give it something. You're used to driving the Jeep. But we made it up some tough stuff. And this next section will probably be relatively the same. You're driving though, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna pack up, get our lunch put away, and then we're gonna take off down the road, and hopefully it doesn't get too crazy, but it'll be fun. We're making it. So here we go. Now straighten them up. Come on, stay in it. There you go. There you go. Whole way, like once get back. All right, put it in drive, give it. There you go.
After having a quick lunch and letting Remy out of the car seat to play and hang out for a while, we started back up the trail to see what else we were going to get tossed. Old Dale Road has numerous mining sites and historical sites to see, but because daylight was starting to run short and the fact that we didn't know exactly what we were going to be facing, we chose to keep the pedal to the metal and get up this mountainside so we didn't end up finishing the trail in the dark. The BLM section of this trail is much easier, and after you've passed through the gate, you have about 12 miles until you reach the road, and there's plenty of room to air up once you do. If you're looking for a good camp spot, then you won't be disappointed. We passed several camp spots that would be suitable for multiple vehicles. The BLM side had more options than what we saw coming out of Joshua Tree, and depending on how many rigs there are with you, I would suggest waiting until you get to the BLM land.
Hold on.
shining and let it tell the time. Anywhere you wanna go, I'll show you my world.
Another one in the books.
Another one in the books. That trail, if you're in a Jeep, it would just be fun. You really wouldn't have to think about a whole lot. But in the old Outback wilderness, it takes a little bit more time. Capable? Is it?
Yeah, you just have to have a good spotter.
You got to have a good spotter, and you got to be willing to stay into the gas.
You gotta be willing to die for it.
Yeah, you got to be willing to die for it. Where the Jeep is a little bit different. If you're in 4 low, you have the ability, like that low end torque, so it just kind of, you climb up stuff. In this, you don't really have that, so you just kind of have to get after it, stay in the gas as much as you can. But I am impressed with its capability. I think the average person who gets this would never go on what we just went on. They would get there by accident and they would probably turn around. So that said, it's definitely super capable. You just have to have some know-how in order to get yourself through it. But we're wrapping this day up. It's been a long one. Remy has passed out in the back seat. That last section was all sand and whoops, and the freaking refrigerator's bouncing around. She was flying. But all in all, it was a great day. I'm excited to get back and look at the footage that we have, because I don't know. With her holding the camera, she doesn't pay any attention to it. She holds it like a baseball bat. So who knows what that's going to look like. But we appreciate you guys for coming along for the adventure. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you can come along for more adventures. We're going to go get some pizza. So we'll see you on the next one.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh. This is Overlanding Now. My wife Courtney's in the vehicle feeding our lovely daughter, and we are just outside of Joshua Tree National Park on some BLM land. Trying to make sure the wind doesn't get you too much. We have the camper with us. We have the Subaru with us. And I'm pretty sure my wife is a little sketched out. The camper is 2,000 pounds loaded down, give or take 50-ish pounds. Vehicle's loaded with all of our gear and essential goods. We had a couple of good nights staying in Indio, California, just kind of catching up, getting work stuff done, stayed at a house, and now we are finally back on the trail, and we're gonna go do some camping, which is really nice. 67 degrees. I mean, there's so many good things to talk about. But the most important thing that I think should be talked about is if my wife back there, who's feeding beautiful little daughter, do you think everything's gonna be fine?
We shall see.
I don't think she's concerned, or you are concerned, not convinced.
Concerned, not convinced.
Concerned and not convinced. So we're gonna go take off on this trail. Got 4 or 5 days of camping ahead of us. It's gonna be a great time. Happy to have you guys along. Let's get after it. The section of BLM land that we started out on was located just south of Joshua Tree National Park and on the other side of Highway 10. While we were hoping that this area would offer some awesome camping opportunities, we quickly realized that pulling the camper with the Subaru through this tough terrain would not be a suitable way for us to get to camp in a timely manner. After traversing about 3 miles in just over an hour, and being passed by at least 30 side-by-sides, we made the decision to turn back around and head towards the park and run north through Pinkham Canyon. Pinkham Canyon is located on the south side of Joshua Tree and is just under 20 miles long. With plenty of daylight left, we started down the trail with a promise that we would make it to camp before dark and high hopes of that being a true possibility. We chose this trail because it was rated as an easy trail with only a few tough sections that I felt confident in getting through, even though we were pulling a trailer which significantly reduces our ability to take on anything of moderate difficulty. As we started to make our descent into the canyon is when I realized the Subaru Outback Wilderness has its limitations when it comes to this trailer. It's obvious that pulling a trailer reduces your mobility, but you never really know just how limited you are until you're in the thick of it.
Feels like the world is crashing down. A new day is waiting, see it all around. We won't let this break, the world is ours to make. 'Cause we are golden, out in the open, we will find the way. Here we are, we will shine the afterlight. Through the dark, glowing hearts and diamond eyes. We're forever, we're on fire, this is ours to hold. Here we are, we will shine the afterlight. In this together till the end, we'll find a way through this wilderness. We won't let this break, the world is ours to make. 'Cause we awaken, we're levitating into brighter days. Here we are, we will shine the afterlight. Through the dark, glowing hearts and diamond eyes. We're forever, we're on fire, this is ours to hold. Here we are, we will shine the afterlight. We are glowing in the stars. We are shining in the dark. We are glowing in the stars. We are shining in the dark. Here we are, we will shine the afterlight.
The desert area we were traveling through is technically considered the Colorado Desert. Joshua Tree is made up of two different desert landscapes, the Colorado and the Mojave. The Mojave Desert portion of the park is where you will find the famous Joshua trees, and that portion of the desert is a higher elevation than the Colorado portion. Joshua Tree National Park is almost 800,000 acres big, with numerous off-road areas and plenty of places to explore. Temperatures in the summer can reach 120 degrees, and in the winter months, it can get to freezing temperatures at night.
want you to turn down this way. Right there, come on. Come on. Come on. Down this way. There you go, you're on that big rock, you're fine. Come on. Yeah. All right, give me 1 second. This way, hard. There you go, keep coming. There you go. Keep coming to me. Keep coming to me. Keep coming to me. Keep coming to me, that rock. Nice and slow. Go ahead. Nice and slow. You're up on a rock over here on your trailer. You're like this. Nice and slow. Now start coming back to me. Nice and slow. Boom. Back to me. Yeah. Get up. Now your trailer's going to go up. Your trailer's going to go up, so just go slow. This way a bit. There you go. Once you get up over that hump, there you go. Now start cutting. There you go.
With plenty of daylight left, we started down the trail with a promise that we would make it to camp before dark and high hopes of that being a true possibility. After about 5 miles, we started to realize that this trail had more to it than what met the eye. There are several rocky sections deep in the wash with 2-foot ledges that can make for an interesting adventure pretty quickly. I would highly recommend you use some kind of GPS tool as you travel the roads and washes in Joshua Tree. Although most of them are marked pretty well, it's very possible to get off track and end up having to turn around in a tight space. Remember, these trails only stay open if we tread lightly while enjoying them. Creating your own route in these areas not only goes against the very thing we're enjoying, but it can make it easy for those who may be less experienced to get lost. Okay, I'm gonna set this right here. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. Here she comes.
Let's get rid of these.
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure really what happened today. I know that you guys probably only saw a third of it. We ended up late to camp. It's dark. We got some great pictures and it was a beautiful trail. It seemed like it would never end. Mom was on 3 wheels several times. Not just like 1 or 2 times. You were on, I mean, there was a time that I didn't get on camera where the car was bouncing, boom, boom. What do you think about the Subaru Outback Wilderness? It's capable?
I mean, if you want to break something,
Yeah, I'm surprised
you just gotta,
we just gotta go.
just gotta go.
It's just, I mean, the camper took a whooping today. a whooping. And there wasn't much talking today. We were just kind of like trying to figure out where we were going. We got lost. We didn't get lost. We just got off trail. Then we had to backtrack.
You weren't paying attention. You said, will you stay on the trail?
And I said, well, I'm driving.
You went right. Should have went left.
Did you tell me?
I just forked in the rush. And then we had to back the camper up. And today was a lot, and we're about to cook dinner. I'm not filming an ounce of that because honestly, I don't have the energy. I'm ready to eat and get to bed. That's what I want to say. It doesn't even say a temperature, so I don't know. But we'll catch up with you guys in the morning. I hope you enjoyed this portion of the day. Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi. Say hi. Say hi. All right. So yeah, we're gonna eat. We're gonna go to sleep. We'll wake up tomorrow. We'll get back after.
We'll reassess the
We'll reassess the situation. So we'll see you guys in the morning. All right. Good morning from the windy desert. What time is it? It's 6:30. Last night was just windy, and it's only supposed to get worse. We're under a wind advisory starting at 10 a.m. So there's no coffee this morning. There's no hanging out this morning. It was probably 25 mile an hour gusts last night, and that was pretty intense. And it's supposed to get up to 50 mile an hour gusts. So we're gonna we need to hunker down somewhere. I don't know where that's gonna be. I don't know anything yet. It's 6:30 in the morning. I got everything packed up. We're ready to hit the road, but we need to figure out where we're gonna go hunker down. So that's next on the list. I need some coffee. I need some breakfast. I need to get my life together. My hands are freezing. It wasn't that bad last night, but with this wind, trying to get everything packed up, it gets pretty freaking cold. So the scenery though, I just wish it wasn't. I just wish it wasn't so freaking windy. But we're gonna get packed up. Mom's feeding Remy, and we're gonna hit the road. So see you guys here in a little bit. All right, we finally found a suitable spot to drink some coffee this morning. We're gonna have a couple of cups and then figure out our next step. So our intention originally was to camp on BLM land again, but I don't think with the wind, we're gonna go check out some of the campgrounds inside of Joshua Tree. It feels so good on my hands. I think some of those campgrounds will probably have some space. We'll slide in there, get a spot for the night, go explore in the vehicle and come back and camp there. just because with the wind advisory, 50-mile-an-hour winds is no joke. And I don't know if you've ever been in a sandstorm, but that's also no joke. So I don't want to be towing this thing around, trying to find a suitable camp spot in not good conditions. But we're going to enjoy a couple cups of coffee. We just got into Joshua Tree National Park, so we're gonna hang out here for a minute just off the side of the road, have some coffee, discuss our plan, go check out one of the campgrounds, see what they have available, if anything, and then we'll go from there. Definitely gonna go out. I don't know if you can hear that wind, but it's pretty serious. We're gonna go out and try to explore in the vehicle for a little bit today. Go see if we can't hit some more trails. So, should be a good day. I'm gonna cut this here. I apologize if it was choppy, a little short. It was kind of a, when you have a new setup and you're trying to dial in a setup for the first time, it's extremely hectic. And then you add an infant child on top of it. Things just can get out of hand quickly. So if this was choppy, I apologize. And if that wind's bad, I also apologize. And if you can't hear me over the jet boil, I also apologize. But we appreciate you guys for watching and coming along for the adventure. And we'll see you on the next one here in Joshua Tree. Good afternoon from the mountains of Big Bear, California. I wanted to come up and give you a little bit different take on how the Subaru Outback Wilderness performs in potentially snowy conditions.
Perfect. No meltdowns, no freak outs.
There's a high, not a high probability, but there's a
No.
chance that she melts today. And we were just following a Bronco up here. More on that later. But we're gonna air down the tires again. I lost a valve cap. How do I do that every single time? So yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming along for today's adventure. If you're into it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel now and watch the video and hit the like button at the end. We're gonna see what Big Bear has. They got a lot of snow recently. It should be a pretty interesting experience. Remy just woke up and she may have a bit of PTSD from the other day, but so we're gonna go hang out in Big Bear. We're happy to have you guys along.
Starting off in the forest road system in Big Bear, we didn't expect to find anything of too much difficulty because of the seasonal closures. What we were hoping for was some fun snow and a little bit of mud to test the wilderness in different conditions. This entire trip has basically been a proving trip for the Outback Wilderness to see just where this vehicle fits into our lifestyle. We've seen that it can do some moderate trails, but we haven't had the chance to see what it's capable of in the snow and mud. Making our way up, the views were absolutely stunning, and we know that most people who purchase a vehicle like this will be chasing down similar situations, so on that front, we were extremely happy to be seeing these breathtaking views while riding in comfort. If you know anything about me, then you probably know that I'm usually looking for some more excitement than driving on a forest road. So the natural progression of this day was to see what I could find that may put us into a bit more of a heart-pounding situation that would challenge our teamwork and give the wilderness a chance to do some work.
All right, so the drive's been scenic. It's been beautiful. You're going up a nice mountainside, up to Big Bear, or in Big Bear. You can see the lake. I'm sure you saw all that. It was pretty. But there was a trail that isn't an easy trail. And I promised my wife nothing crazy today. I don't constitute this as crazy. I think it's manageable. It can't be harder than the other day. Only difference is it's muddy and icy.
I don't know what's worse.
This might be
plenty
worse.
of room for slide.
Now you need plenty of room for slide. So we are gonna head up this trail. It's only probably 3 or 4 miles long?
Yeah, we're not going very far.
We're gonna go up the trail as far as we can, and then we're gonna turn around and come back down, but this little section should be some fun.
The recent snowfall in Big Bear meant that we could potentially find ourselves in a situation where we could need to pull out the max tracks and maybe even the come along. As we started up, I was getting excited because the trail was covered in an icy slush, and I was certain that that would lead to some difficult obstacles and make for some really good footage. After about a mile, we realized the hard section of the trail we were on was actually closed for the season, even though Trails Off-Road had it listed as open.
All right, so it didn't take long. I was cautiously optimistic, but roads closed. I knew a lot of these roads would be closed seasonally, but it was open on the way up here, so I was like, let's just go. So, unfortunately, we're gonna have to turn around, but we still get some sweet stuff on the way back, and then we have a whole nother loop that we're gonna do on our way out of here. So, all in all, it'll still turn out fine. The little section coming up here that you guys probably saw already it's pretty gnarly. She has it in X mode. She's convinced X mode doesn't do anything, but I think otherwise. But we're gonna start heading back down. Then we're gonna shoot around and drop back down into the Big Bear Lake area. So here we go. Why are you going so slow?
It's the car.
So I don't think, I know, she made a critical error.
What?
What?
I'm driving. You're
That's
You're
the
supposed
thing.
to be the navigator.
I can't be the film crew and the navigation
Well,
team.
I can't be the driver and the iPad looker. Not on the side of an icy mountain.
Well, we took a right when we should have taken a left. And we were just enjoying the drive. We're like, man, this is so incredibly beautiful. And then all of a sudden,
We're on the desert floor.
we're on the, yeah, it's the landscape completely changed. She said, I don't think we're going the right way. I said, you know what, you might be right. So now we got to climb back up. There's rocks that have fallen in the road. I'll show you guys here in a second. But so the moral of the story, just somebody pay attention to the GPS. Remy is so close to being asleep, which is perfect because she was being a handful a minute ago. So we're going to go back up this icy mountain, and we're gonna get back to camp one way or another. All right, another day in the books. Is that more your speed today?
Oh, for sure.
Today was not nearly as exciting as the video before it. And if you haven't seen the video before it, I'll put it up this side. I think it'll be on this side, but you'll see it. That was a rager. Big Bear's awesome. A lot of stuff's closed, not like places, just like trails.
Well, yeah.
So, which is still fine. We still had an opportunity to take the wilderness out. How was the ice?
It's slippery.
You were sliding.
Yeah.
You were actually sliding this time.
Sliding.
Yeah, she was
You
actually
were sliding the other day.
No, we were on rock. We don't really slide that much on rock. But I would prefer rock over like dirt and ice and snow. Like hard rock where you're bouncing off, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just a little bit more difficult that way, and I have a lot more fun there. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you come along for more adventures. We're gonna head back to camp. We're gonna get the hell out of here. I can't believe I just said that. I'm not supposed to say that, but I said it, so I'm human. See ya.
I was searching for an open door. I was looking for a peace of mind. It's a feeling that I tend to get. Won't rest until I make it right. Couldn't stand the thought of losing her before time had come. Like a storm outraged that night. In the dark I came undone. Oh, this house I will my own to live. So you can make it out. So you can make it out.
my sweatpants on fire.
Yeah. So if you catch your sweat. Oh, good morning from the Kofa National Wildlife Refuge. So far, place has been absolutely breathtaking. This is a place that I've wanted to get to for such a long time, and my wife always asks me, why do you want to go to the Kofa so bad? Well, as you probably just saw, that's why. It's unbelievable. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I think it's an overlander's paradise. It's wide open, campsites everywhere, views in every single direction, the weather's good. What do you think? Doesn't say on my watch. I keep looking at it because it's supposed to tell me the temperature. But I'd say, what, 75?
No.
Okay, maybe not 75. Probably
50.
we'll call it 57. Because she's always going to underestimate the weather just a bit.
It's chilly.
It's chilly, but the sun.
The sun is good, minus the wind.
Sun's very warm. So we got in yesterday. We pulled the camper back to a spot that is secluded in all these canyons that you see behind me. And I hope that the camera's in focus because the sun's blinding me and I can't see. But we got in, we set up. So we have a totally different setup than anything we've ever done. And I apologize if the wind is getting you. And it definitely probably is now. But we put the annex room up. Remy's down here hanging out in her pack and play. It's much different than what we've done in the past, but when you have an almost toddler, you got to get creative. We were talking last night, cold weather camping with the toddlers or an infant, whatever. It's difficult because it's cold. You have to manage so many different things, but we did well. Last night, I slept right here. I'm gonna put a link to this down below, the X-Ped. The X-Ped is so awesome. I slept probably one of my best camp nights of sleep right there. And with this down, the sunrise came up behind me. When I woke up, I was just looking and I could see the sunrise. Beautiful. Another thing, this whole solar situation I got going on right now. Haven't done much on this battery because this is kind of a prototype. We're working through it, but building our own battery packs. So that's pretty cool. And that cost me, it's 2.5 times a Jackery 1500. It cost me $500. So we'll get to that later, but I gotta put it through some serious R&D before I feel comfortable putting it out there to the world. But we're gonna go explore the Kofa today. Remy hasn't taken a nap this morning, so we're gonna go check out the Kofa. We're gonna leave base camp here because the one limitation that the Outback Wilderness definitely has is pulling a camper through some hard trails, which you probably saw that video already. If you haven't, I'll link that up here. And I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna go get some food and we're gonna hit this trail. So we'll see you in a little bit. All right. So after a little trail lunch, there's flies. Flies are getting to me. We've only gone, what, 20-ish?
No, I don't even think that.
We've only gone about close to 20 miles, maybe, through the Kofa. And, ooh, too much water. You're getting all crazy, little girl. You want to give your assessment of the Kofa and what you think's going on around here?
This place is crazy.
Why?
We've never been anywhere like it. It's almost looks like at one point it was like off to the sides of the trails. It was graded and it's like flat. Like you can't, I don't know. It's weird. I need to do my research. It's weird. There's something going on.
So the cool part about the Kofa, and what I said this morning, I still feel pretty firm about. If you're, I don't want to say new, even if you just want like a place where there are epic camp spots every single time you make a turn, the Kofa National Wildlife Refuge is probably for you. Nothing's difficult. It's all pretty easy terrain, very moderate, and moderate's probably giving it too much credit. But there's campsites everywhere with views everywhere. I mean, we've probably counted 15 on this 20-mile stretch. It's like they're endless, which is really cool. If anybody's looking for a place to come that's not crazy terrain, the only place I can compare this to is Moab. But Moab, you could very easily get yourself into a situation that you might not be able to get yourself out of.
This is like Moab.
With the views.
Oh.
And like the
Okay.
endless awesome camp spots.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I feel that this place is. So we are going to make our way back now. It's already close to 2 o'clock. I don't want to be out too late. I want to get back. What are we cooking tonight? Do we know?
Either barbacoa or subs.
Barbacoa or subs. So we're going to make our way back, get back to camp at a decent time. I'd like to have a campfire. I had one this morning, which was awesome.
You had a smoke pit this
No,
morning.
because you it was fine until she started throwing big pieces of wood on it.
Yeah.
We don't need to argue in front of company. So we're gonna make our way back, and then we'll bring you along for camp tonight for just a little bit.
stars if you got the light. Oh, I can paint with the color in your eyes, paint a scene of you and I. It makes sense of it all. You take me high. I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to
All right, we made it back to camp, and when we got back to camp, the awning was literally ripped to shreds. Things were everywhere. So, staked it down, reinforced it, and that's much better situation. I probably can't see Mom and Remy, but Mom and Remy are hanging out, trying to get Remy to take a nap. This is a first for us, trying to spend multiple days at camp with a. It's difficult. It has its challenges, but it's beautiful nonetheless. So I want to show you the vastness of this, but I have to hike up there to do it, because if I haven't impressed upon you enough the absolute beauty that is the Kofa, maybe this will help. Maybe the drone footage did it some justice. I don't know. But I'm going to go up there and I'm going to show you what this place is actually all about. All right, look at this place from in every direction. I know you don't want to see my ugly face, but it's so vast. It's like untouched. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is one of my favorite places I have ever visited. There is so much to explore, tons of trails. None of it is super difficult. Anybody can come out here and have the time that they're looking to have. This is the Kofa, and what I can tell you is that it is mind-blowing. I don't even know how high I am. If you can see right down there, the camper and the Subaru. And some other people showed up over here. Super cool people, so hopefully the wind isn't too bad. But, all right, I'm gonna head back down, catch my breath, and we're gonna make some Italian subs. Show you how we make Italian subs on the trail. right, so on a normal trip, we would like do this big like cooking thing. You know, like we're cooking, we're gonna show you how we cook. But with Remy Ray, just it's too much. It's too much. I want to be able to hang out with her as opposed to like trying to film. I think maybe one more year and we might be able to do that kind of stuff. My hair's everywhere. All right, but for the Italian subs. So what we do is we take salami, pepperoni, ham, Swiss cheese, banana peppers, Italian dressing. What else? That's it.
Where'd the onion go?
Onion? It's around. There's an onion too. I just don't know where it's at.
I just had it. Oh.
Sausage rolls, because this is all we could find.
Onion.
Onion.
What's this?
And then we're going to eat just salami and cheese on crackers. Did you eat all the crackers?
No.
All right. And then a little Velveeta. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to put all the meat and the cheese and the onions.
Meat, cheese, onions.
Woo! Long day. In aluminum foil. Put the aluminum foil on the fire. Let the fire cook everything. Take it off. Throw it on the bread. And you get it from there. Macaroni and cheese. I'm not going to tell you how to cook that. So, if you guys enjoyed today's video, consider hitting like. Also, consider subscribing. Coming along for more adventures. We appreciate you sticking around. We appreciate this little community that is building online, and we hope that you will be a part of it for a long time. Remy, would you like to say bye?
Say bye.
Say bye.
Say bye.
Say bye. She does it all the time. Say bye-bye.
Say bye.
Say bye-bye.
She'll do it as soon as you.
Right when we turn the camera off. But that's it for us. We're going to get some sleep. Best night of sleep I had last night. What about you? Not so much?
Help!
Sleeping with a gremlin?
SOS!
And we're going to get back after it tomorrow. Probably go look for some mines. Go look for some different trails that we found today that we backed out of. And that's what it's going to be. And that will be the next video. So we will see you guys on that one. Okay, good afternoon from just outside of Tonto National Forest. And welcome back for another day of Courtney beating the heck out of the Subaru Outback Wilderness. We cleaned it yesterday. Stayed in Phoenix for a couple of nights just to relax. Clean the car up, get all the dust. There's dust everywhere. And the pinstriping it's pretty terrible. And that was solely because you were hitting things. You don't have anything to say.
That's what happens. Wait till you see what I'm about to do today.
See, that's why husband and wife duos out on the trail can get pretty serious. So what we're going to do today is we are taking some trails that we found on Trails Off-Road, and we are going to find out just what the Subaru Outback Wilderness can do yet again. The thing is, we don't think it's as bad as the other day where we were.
I'm not concerned.
She's not concerned today. That could mean one of two things. One being, we'll be fine. Two, she's just gonna run it through anything she sees and it doesn't matter. Also, I have lost every single valve cover off all the tires. I set them on the ground and I forget about them.
Oh, really? You don't
Every
put them in
time.
your pocket?
No, never. I just set them down. Now they're all gone. So, Remy's in the back seat. She's ready for a day of adventure. We appreciate you guys for stopping in, and hopefully you stick around for the video. And we'll see you here shortly.
After doing some research on Trails Off-Road, we ended up in an Arizona wash just outside of Tonto National Forest. As always, we took a look at the possible trail conditions as well as the trail rating and made the decision that this spot would be a good area to explore on a day trip. The Tonto National Forest is 4,000 square miles and encompasses endless areas to camp and explore. If you're ever in Arizona and looking for a good place to camp and spend a few days, this is a great spot to do so. After pulling over and airing down, I instantly realized that this was not a trail I was going to enjoy. When you end up in a wash, you generally stay stuck there for quite some time until you make your climb out. As we were bouncing through, we ran into some of my least favorite trail partners, and I instantly started looking for a way to get out. Washes in any area can be a dangerous place. So if you decide to take you and your family in, make sure you understand that during a rainstorm, these washes become raging rivers and can very easily flood even if you don't see the rain yourself. Make sure you check the weather of where you're going to be as well as the surrounding areas to ensure you can spend time exploring. Also, do everything you can to never camp in a wash because waking up to a flash flood could lead to a dangerous situation in a hurry.
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
I'll tell you what's wrong. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of dealing with it. I'm sick of talking about it. And this might piss some people off, but I have to say it. People on side-by-sides generally suck. They just suck. Let me preface it real quick. They have a right to enjoy the same trails. I don't care that they're here. What I care about is they're animals. And I listen, we were side-by-side people at one point. We had one. And I'm going to be honest, we were animals.
Oh,
it's just,
yeah.
They're flying. We're sitting here eating lunch, having a nice lunch. Remy's just hanging out, just finished a pouch, right, Remy?
And he gets in his side-by-side. He's parked maybe, I don't know how far that is.
200 yards.
So he sees us sitting here. He gets in his side-by-sides, floors it.
And just passes
through this
us.
wash, passes us, and it's just a dust storm.
I just don't get it. Like, it's just really bad trail etiquette, regardless of what you're driving. Oh, my God. And another thing that I hate, washes. I hate more than anything being stuck in a wash. Primarily, I'm going to go ahead and say it now, because side-by-sides destroy the place. And it's just like, don't, right, Remy? Anyways, I'm done with my rant. We just had a fantastic lunch. And we're down in this canyon area. We're just parked in the shade. I mean, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to say 75. What is it really?
It's probably like 72.
Beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Tell them, side-by-side people, tell them. Anyways, so yeah, we went into a canyon, but then there was a 50-inch or 60-inch wide width restriction, which I'm pretty sure were 60 inches or less.
Oh, it looked tighter.
It was just tight and really deep sand. You guys probably saw that already, so we had to do the little whoop-de-woo and turn around and come out here and have lunch. This takes us to the Verde River, I believe. So I don't know if there's water in it, but we're going to head down. We're going to check it out, finish out this section of the trail, and then make our way back. But yeah, so yeah. Dog, duck, or dad? Which one? You got to be more clear. I'm going to say dad. All right, so here we go.
Would you fight with me? Would you dive in when the water's deep? Who knows where I'm going? You're the place where I begin. Now I'm running through a dream. Hang on to the moment, it's turning to memory. when you're falling out of reach. I'll be the tide that's bringing you home to me. And when the sun sets, the lights fading, we'll hang on to the moment as far as our eyes can see. Who knows where I'm going? You're the place where I begin. When I'm fighting, you are where I begin. 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 You are where I begin.
After lunch, we started back down the trail to find what the Verde River had in store. The river begins below the dam at Sullivan Lake, fed by Big Chino Wash and Williamson Valley Wash. The Verde flows freely for 12 miles through private, state, tribal, and United States Forest Service lands, specifically the Tonto National Forest, before encountering the first of two dams that make Horseshoe Lake and Barrett Lake. The history of these barren places has always fascinated us, and having the chance to explore them with the thought of our ancestors and what it must have been like for them traveling this terrain always makes me wonder what this place must have looked like before.
Okay, so I want to. We
Now that
finished the
you've
trail.
calmed down.
Now that I've calmed down, I want to apologize to Side by Side guys, because the people we were dealing with today, they weren't even. They were side by side rental guys.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Which that was bad. They're doing donuts around everybody's car. They're animals. If they don't have any experience, I mean, there should be like a test. There should be like a pass or a something. Anyways. She's on our level. So we finished the trail. It did end at the Verde River, which was really pretty, but there was a bunch of people around. And I never feel comfortable like busting the camera out and like filming when there's a bunch of people around.
Why?
I feel like it's like invading their pride, like they're enjoying the river, and here I am walking around talking to a camera. I don't know. Haven't got there yet.
Okay.
So, but we finished the trail, done, all sand. Wasn't hard. It was a 3 out of 10, just like Old Dale Road was. If you haven't seen Old Dale Road, I'll put that up here somewhere. Old Dale Road was a 3 out of 10, and it was gnarly. So I was like, okay. We were gonna do Montana Mountain again.
No, we weren't.
She wasn't having it. If you haven't seen the Montana Mountain video, I'll put that somewhere.
I don't even think the video just...
The video doesn't do it any justice, but that place was crazy. And she doesn't think the Subaru can get there. I think it can. I'm pretty optimistic about it. So we're gonna wrap this up. We are headed from here to Moab. And in Moab, we're doing some crazy stuff.
Like what? No.
Hell's Revenge.
No.
Yeah. Metal Masher.
No.
No, not, but we're gonna do some good stuff. Hard stuff.
I don't even know what that means.
That means it's gonna be a little good. But we're gonna have 3 or 4 days out there, and we're gonna film a video of different trails every single day. And it is gonna be the final verdict on what comes of the Subaru Outback Wilderness. So stay tuned. And if you guys watch the end of the video, hit the like button, subscribe so you can come along for more adventures. We'll see you in Moab. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the most beautiful place on the planet Earth, Moab, Utah. This is gonna be a good one. I'm gonna be honest, because we're nearing the end of our trip, and if you're watching this, we're probably already home. But Moab is one of the only places that I leave after a long trip, and I'm depressed. I just love it here. I love the rock, I love the sunshine, I love everything about this place is fantastic. Is the sun in your eye?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do something that we've done before. And here's the way I have this planned out in my mind. Every video is gonna be a natural progression of difficulty. This is not hard. This is Hurrah Pass. Hurrah Pass down to the split of Lockhart Basin and Chicken Corners. We're gonna take Chicken Corners and then we're going to come back. That's gonna be today. Tomorrow, Metal Masher. It's a 7 out of 7 difficulty. No, I'm just kidding. I wish. If we had the Gladiator, we'd do Metal Masher, right?
No.
I might have to get up early or go out late and do that one on my own.
You wouldn't.
Would you come get me?
No.
I'll walk home. But that's where we're at today, and that's what we're going to do. The Subaru Outback Wilderness is going to get its final blessing. It's either going to get blessed or it's getting sold. So it's either going to make it through this or it's not. And honestly, I don't know, but I'm really excited. I'm going to air down these tires and we're going to boot, scoot, and boogie. I hope that doesn't demonetize me. I don't know. Right on down this trail. Anything?
Boot, scoot, and boogie?
Yeah, it's Alan Jackson's song, right?
Credit.
That might hurt. That's all right. Here we go.
I've been searching my
If you're familiar with Moab, then there's a high probability you've taken this trail. If not, Hurrah Pass is rated as a moderate trail, and other than a few rocky sections, it's relatively easy to accomplish in just about any vehicle with high clearance. Hurrah Pass takes several hours to complete if you want to take it all the way down to the trail split of Chicken Corners and Lockhart Basin. So depending on the time of year, make sure you plan for an early start if you want to avoid driving at night. Years ago, before overlanding was on my radar, I went down to the bottom of Hurrah Pass with my father-in-law and had a campfire after dark. Ever since then, this specific trail has been one that I come to almost every time I'm in Moab. Our first overland trip my wife and I took was on our honeymoon in the middle of January. I wanted to show her how beautiful this place was and share the experience I had years prior with her. Ever since then, we have brought several of our friends down to the bottom and shared a campfire next to the catacombs located at the junction of Chicken Corners and Lockhart Basin. Chicken Corners is another beautiful trail that leads you along the edge of a cliff and may not be for people with a fear of heights due to the massive drop-off and tight trail. If you're confident in your ability and have the proper equipment, I suggest you go the opposite way of Chicken Corners and test your skills on Lockhart Basin. Lockhart Basin is an extremely difficult trail rated 7 out of 10 on Trails Off-Road and should only be tackled in a vehicle with high clearance, 4-low, and lockers. We made it through that trail in my wife's Jeep, but it took us 8 hours to go 9 miles, so I would pack a lunch and bring a friend because there's a high probability you're going to need both. The most amazing thing about Moab is that there's trails just like this one in just about every direction you go. And there's difficulty levels for anyone who's seeking adventure of whatever kind you're interested in. If you make it out this way, I highly suggest you give yourself at least a week. Even then, you'll be leaving feeling like you only saw a fraction of what this area has to offer.
Okay. Hey. All right, Hurrah Pass. Finally made it up here. Mom did melt a bit.
No, I didn't.
You started to melt. You were melting because you.
I was not. No, Dave, I was not melting. And for the record, everybody, you missed his complete meltdown that he refuses. I should have broke out the camera.
Where were we?
The car wash.
I don't even want to talk. We'll talk later. Stop. Hey, you're interrupting. So we're at Hurrah Pass. Oh, come on, monkey. So it's beautiful up here. Say hi. It's beautiful up here. It's breathtakingly beautiful, as a matter of fact. And we got caught up. We were messing around, hanging out. But now we got to get down to the bottom of this because it's. What time is it?
3:45.
3:45. It's gonna be getting dark soon, which I'm fine with. Mom doesn't love. Oh, golly. Little girl. We're gonna shoot down as far as we can to Hurrah Pass. I don't mind to be out here in the dark, but I don't think Court wants to be out here in the dark. But you know, things happen. So we're gonna shoot down to the bottom, check out our favorite camp spot, Remy, and then we'll check in with you guys here shortly. I gotta get rid of this baby. She's weighing me down.
I was searching for an open door. I was looking for a peace of mind. It's a feeling that I tend to get. Won't rest until I make it right. Couldn't stand the thought of losing her before time had come. Like a storm rage that night,
we made it down to the catacombs here at Hurrah Pass. So this is where Hurrah Pass comes all the way down.
That's where it all started.
That's where it all started. And I'm going to tell you that here in a second. I'm going to suggest something. Cane Creek to Hurrah Pass. Hurrah Pass comes down and splits into Lockhart Basin, only if you're real, and Chicken Corners, which is easy. It's 456. So if we went to Chicken Corners, this whole entire trip back would be in the dark, and we want to avoid that for obvious reasons. We're not camping down here. It's supposed to be 24, 25 tonight, which segues me into the very first time my wife and I went camping together. Now, this spot is so special to us because on our honeymoon, this is where we came the first night to go camping. First night we had been camping ever together, and the first night either of us had been camping in many, many years. I'm going to put that video up here. It was literally like our first video, but I remember getting in the car in the morning.
And we're frozen. And we're talking like that.
We didn't even sleep. I mean, it was so cold that I was cuddled up by the buddy heater. There was condensation in the tent. And that's all what started Overlanding Now.
You were questioning it.
What? And I was questioning everything. I was literally in the tent that night thinking, why am I doing this? I had to get down to pee because we never slept in that tent before. It's like making noise and I'm like freaking out. But it's what started all of this. All of this was started from that one trip on our honeymoon. And she just got a Jeep. And it had nothing done to it. And we took it through some crazy stuff. But that's what opened our eyes to this. Into the experiences we have together. What is she?
Biting me.
And just enjoying. We have no cell service. Just enjoying time as a family. It's been such an incredible 3 years now.
What, 3?
3 years, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, this is year 3.
This is our 3rd year. In January. Either way, it's 3 years. And I know
No,
that.
it's not. It's 2 years.
No, bro.
Okay.
Do you want to bet it?
We've only been married for 2 years.
Then that. You might be right.
We've only been married for
Okay,
2
2
years.
years. Okay, anyways, listen, this is where it all started for us. It means a lot to us. We'll put the video up there. But we got to get going because it's going to be dark, and I'm excited to do some night wheeling up through here. I hope you guys enjoyed it so far. Not sure how much we're going to get on the way out of here. So if we don't see you again, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you do like the video. And if I don't see you again, we'll see you on the next one.
If you got the light, oh,
Good morning from the fantastically beautiful and absolutely gorgeous Moab, Utah. Never leaving. I've made the decision. I'm staying forever. And my wife today said I'm effing stuff up.
Sure, put your big girl panties on.
So we'll see what that actually means. I think she said that before, and we're still here. So Gemini Bridges, not super technical, but sketchy. We did this the first time we were ever here. And
We've done this a few times.
yeah, we've done this a lot of times. Not a lot, several, but it's stunning, it's beautiful, and it's gonna be an awesome experience. Then we're gonna go from there to Long Canyon. And Long Canyon has some spots. Dead Horse Point State Park is where Long Canyon Road is, and Long Canyon Road has some sketchy, but we're coming down it. We're coming down it, which will be better because we'll just use our momentum to bounce off the rocks.
That's great.
As opposed to climbing it, because she's convinced the Outback Wilderness can't climb, and I'm convinced otherwise. It's a freaking mountain goat, if you want the truth. No?
A mountain goat?
It's a mountain goat.
No.
It's a longhorn sheep. All right, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna check this all out. We're gonna have a great day. It's Moab, it's beautiful, sun is shining. It's, what, 47 degrees?
Probably 43.
Probably 43. What? I'm not sure where she's getting her numbers from, but
The Subaru.
well, and the Subaru's never wrong. So that's all that matters. All right, Gemini Bridges, here we go.
The trek up to the top of Gemini Bridges can be a short one if you take the route from the highway and then you make your way into Canyonlands. If you choose to come from Canyonlands, it will take you a couple of hours to get to the narrow shelf road that gives you unobstructed views of the LaSalles. This trail is a favorite of ours because it's not too technical, but the views and narrow shelf road still make for an interesting day. If you're coming from the highway, there will be a fork in the road, and taking the left fork brings you down into a section of trail that is extremely steep and has some decently big rocks that require a bit of precision driving to navigate. Once you pass through the gate, there's no turning around until you get to the bottom, so be prepared to fully commit to this portion of the trail. One thing to remember is you have momentum on your side. So in the very worst case scenario, you can let off the brakes and let whatever vehicle you're driving take the beating on the way down. Once you make it through the steep downhill section, you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the views, because from there on out, you don't have much to worry about other than what time you're eating lunch.
Okay, there you go, turn into it, just like that. Now start going. There you go. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Straight this way. There you go. Just straight, you just want to go straight. Now turn into it. There you go. Coming up over the back tire. Nice. All right, the section through Gemini Bridges. Pretty sweet. We just ended at this little overlook. Oh, there's a big old bird. Something to note. Courtney doesn't prefer birds at all. Any kind of bird. It doesn't even matter.
Hummingbirds are cute.
Hummingbirds. You like hummingbirds?
That's it. From a distance.
From a distance. You were looking at them the other day.
Yeah, rolled up with the car. Doors locked and shut.
There was a big old crow yesterday. It was attacking her, but it wasn't, but she thought it was. So the area that we just went through of Gemini Bridges, coming up over that mountainside, dropping down. So we just did a section of it that you guys probably just saw, the harder section, that we've never done it even in our Jeep. And what do you think?
Oh, it was fine.
It was fine. There was that one time she got a little
Oh, yeah.
tippy, but she's turning the wrong direction. So we dialed that in, but it was, yeah. Is that a bud? So we just kind of meandered through that. That was actually pretty easy, but it was the harder section we've never done before. So that was cool. Now we're gonna shoot back up to the pavement and we're gonna fly over to Long Canyon. So I've been reading a couple reviews on Long Canyon, just for your warning. That side of the canyon doesn't get a lot of sun and the snow's there, and I guess it's a little bit icy coming down that super steep part. So we're gonna get there and we're gonna check it out, make sure it's safe, but you never know. You just want to go, Rem? Okay. All right, so that's where we're headed now.
I've been spending far too much time with my headphones on. I've been learning all the words as I listen to the same old songs. 'Cause it's so comfortable when you know how it goes, I suppose, to each their own. And once out of sight, but today I'll invite something new into my home. So darkness, darkness, come on in. I won't hide from you again. The unknown lives when lights go dim. So here we are, let's begin. Something more of the things I have not seen. I know in advance there's a risk, there's a chance this could all backfire on me. So darkness, darkness, come on in. I won't hide from you again. The unknown lives when lights go dim. So here we are, let's begin. No, I won't hold back and I won't keep out the dark unknown we don't talk about. I'll have my fears, but I'll have no doubt. It's at my door and it's knocking. Darkness, my new friend. Light your heat out, you come on in. All of us, let's make something. I'm ready now, let's begin. So darkness, darkness, come on in. I won't hide from you again. The unknown lives when lights go dim. So here we are, let's begin. I'm ready now, let's begin.
So we made it to Long Canyon, and technically it goes Long Canyon to Pucker Pass. And up at the top of Long Canyon and Pucker Pass, most epic camp spots ever. We camped there once in the Jeep. It's crazy. So we're gonna travel down through Long Canyon. I'm gonna show you what this looks like because it's breathtaking. Go through the fallen rock, and that's usually like the toughest spot, so we'll see if it's still tough. And then we're gonna mosey on down to Potash Road back to the highway. So this is about 7 or 8 miles, so it should be pretty interesting. Okay, that's Long Canyon. I hope you enjoyed the tour through Long Canyon. The last time we were here,
It was crazy.
it was freaking gnarly. I'll post the video here. Maybe, I don't know. But it was in the Jeep, her Jeep long ago, and our friends, Ben and Erica. Erica was, I mean, it was just so much harder.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be, you bent the, the thing. It's all the way bent up. But,
to be straight up and down.
no, it's supposed to be down. But the trail is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so scenic, and I was trying my best to provide like the depth and the sheer mass. You feel so small down here in these canyons. It's really easy. I thought this was going to be a lot more difficult. At least we did that one hard part on Gemini Bridges. The rest of Gemini Bridges was fairly easy, but I was just hoping for some more. There was only that one cool section through the rock. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm looking around. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm looking around and yawning.
You're just like back there. So we're finishing up for the day. It was actually a lot shorter of a day than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be a lot more difficult. Things don't always work out the way they're supposed to. But the Subaru Outback Wilderness is a mountain goat. It's it's a longhorn sheep, and it gets where you got to go. So we're going to get back, and we'll see you guys on the next one.